This is the Politics of My Youth, the podcast. Today we are speaking about the controversies surrounding Dominic Cummings, Johnson's senior aide, and whether his travel during COVID-19 Alert Level 4 should warrant his sacking. As you might know, it was recently reported that Dominic Cummings, a top aide to Prime Minister Boris Johnson, travelled in excess of 250 miles from London to County Durham during stay-at-home orders issued by the UK government.
Dominic Cummings, the Prime Minister's most powerful advisor who drafted lockdown rules and has since been accused of breaking those very rules.
British Prime Minister Boris Johnson backed Cummings against accusations that he stretched lockdown rules to suit himself.
The government is really struggling to find someone capable of answering questions right now. At this point, they may as well just send Siri out there to talk about the coronavirus.
On March 30th, it was confirmed by 10 Downing Street that Cummings had come down with the coronavirus and said that he was self-isolating. However, the next day, Durham Constabulary was alerted to an individual who had travelled the London to Durham distance to go to an address, the address where his wife stays. In the following weeks, members of the public came forward claiming that they had seen Cummings in County Durham, highlighting his visit to Barnard Castle, which is a local attraction. Johnson, the Prime Minister, Williamson, the Education Secretary, and Shapps, the Transport Secretary, come forward in defence. The aide himself stated,
"I behave reasonably and legally."
Whilst Johnson stated,
"And when he had no alternative, I think he followed the instincts of every father and every parent, and I do not mark him down for that."
Now, my argument on this. When Scotland's top aide, Catherine Calderwood, resigned almost immediately after the announcement that she broke the COVID-19 stay-at-home rules, it would be stupid for Cummings to not do the same, right? Well, this kid's a bit of a stubborn one, and he's not budging. UK Twitter trends have been inundated with topics and hashtags based on this scandal. Some of these trends include Boris, Barnard Castle eye test, hashtag sack Boris, and hashtag Dominic Cummings. When Boris said, "I think he followed the instincts of every father and parent," people got mad. Very mad. And I totally agree with them. The top tweets I saw on the platform Twitter said things along the lines of, "I've been unable to see my kid and my family for 3 months, and it's so sad, so why should he be able to? And is there a rule for us plebs and one for the elite?" Usually Piers Morgan angers me with his tweets on the most controversial topics, but reading his feed during this time of a pandemic that's going around like hotcakes, it restores the faith of humanity in me. Well, at least as much as can be restored when a bald idiot refuses to get out of government when he's betrayed the country, at least. Although, honestly, it's quite serious, the UK Civil Service tweeted the most amazing anti-government status I think I've ever seen, and it basically remits my feelings about the Conservative Party we have today. But despite the fact that everyone is mad at Cummings and the government, a point has got to be made about the press that is gathering outside his house. My mum said, "They're all moaning about Cummings not social distancing when they're doing naff all to social distance." She has a point, and that only makes me more angry about the media, but that's for another time. I know this argument is super comprehensive and messy, but what can you expect when I was scripting this at 9 PM after struggling over a Christmas Carol literature work that I'd never learned before? in basics, I'm waiting to see Cummings stand down from his post like Calderwood, but I'm doubting whether we are going to see him suck up to the 60 million people who hate him right now. People have also been arguing that for Boris Johnson to back a person like this and not admit his wrongdoings, he should resign too. For that, I refer to a video by Jay Foreman about why politicians don't answer questions. I think that personally, forcing Johnson to resign may be a tad bit harsh, since basically his whole remit at the beginning of his election in mid-2019 was to get Brexit done. But as a Liberal and a Labourite, I'd love to see Johnson's resignation happen anytime. His ministry's response to this has been absolutely shocking, and it'll probably be condemned for a lifetime. I can't wait for this next general election, eh? We're available at anchor.fm/tpony or other podcast services. Disponible à anchor.fm/tpony ou d'autres services de podcast.